It's a suspenseful time to be a creative. Hi everyone, I'm Laurie Fagen, and welcome to AZ Creates, a new web series about the many creative people right here in the Grand Canyon State. In today's Creative Connections segment, you'll meet filmmaker Patrick Ball, who is also a cowboy up in Prescott. And in What Are You Reading, we'll introduce you to Karen Randau, who is a mystery and suspense novel writer from Payson. We will feature the new chapter of the International Sisters in Crime organization called the Grand Canyon Writers. And in Something to Look Forward to, we'll have upcoming events for you from Scottsdale, Tucson, and Phoenix, and much more. Don't go away. AZ Creates is sponsored by Mary Contreras State Farm Insurance. A longtime supporter of the arts, Contreras offers insurance for autos, homeowners, renters, personal, business, life, and health, plus annuities and mutual funds. Located in Tempe, contact Mary Contreras through her website at marycontreras.com. Welcome back to AZ Creates. In our Creative Connections segment, we introduce you to Patrick Ball, an American cowboy, as well as a filmmaker in Prescott. He is an Emmy Award-winning producer, a critically acclaimed director, and an award-winning cinematographer. Please welcome Patrick Ball. Glad to have you with us today.
Thank you for having me, Laurie.
Absolutely. So glad we could. Now, you have some very solid IMDb credits, including as a producer of a feature film called TikTok, not the same spelling as the fancy video thing right now, but it's about a wealthy man who becomes suspicious of his younger wife who plans to have him killed. Perception was a psychological thriller short that you directed, and now you're creator and director of a Western comedy series called Horse Camp. But first, tell us how you got into filmmaking in the first place.
Well, as a young man, I was really into music. So I always wanted to be a professional musician or something like that, a big rock star. But then I got into photography, and then I also got into writing. So I wanted to be a writer, a photographer, a musician. And I realized filmmaking kind of combines all of those assets. It was a combination of everything I enjoyed and had a natural talent at. And, just really when you combine all of those things and there's a career out of it, that's the path you want to pursue.
Absolutely. And kind of a triple, quadruple threat there, being able to write and produce and direct and all those things. So you are coming to us from your home in Prescott, where you've been filming Horse Camp. The TV series, you say, is described as depicting the everyday lives of the dysfunctional ranch hands at a working dude ranch in Arizona. So tell us more about this project, and you have quite a large crew on this one as well, right?
Yeah, it's a really big project. A lot of really talented people involved. Our cast and crew is huge. It's a cast of 50 plus people, crew of anywhere from 5 to 10 really strong and talented professionals. And it's been a lot of fun. That's the thing about making a comedy, is there's a lot of laughs on set. The spirits are high. So I've been really enjoying it. Everything from the writing phase to the filming and the editing phase. So
that's great. And you have, as you mentioned, a very large cast as well, including the actor Sean Dillingham, who has an amazing professional background in about 100 commercials, more than 50 films, 17 national TV series, including Longmire, Brooklyn 911, This Is Us, and I recognize him from the trailer for sure. He is definitely recognizable. How did you land him?
So the Sean story is kind of funny and ironic. I was watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine with him, and he was in that episode. He played one of the gangster mobsters in the show. And then the very next day, I got an email from the actor Sean Dillingham, and he said, "Hey, you live in Arizona. I live in Arizona. You're a director. I'm an actor. I just wanted to reach out, introduce myself." And so it was really cool meeting him that way, because he was a fresh face in my mind when he reached out to me. And I said, "Sean, I got nothing for you right now, but the next project I write, I'm going to have you in mind." And so when I started writing Horse Camp, he just is the perfect cow boss. There's a character in the show called Cow Boss. He's the guy who owns the ranch and runs the ranch. And he's such a lovable character, but he's also goofy and hysterical and comedic. And Sean was perfect for that.
That is great. So, wow, what a coincidence, too, that you found him like that. So tell us a little bit about Horse Camp, and then we're going to watch a trailer. So give us the little log line of Horse Camp.
It's a Western comedy series. The show just explores the journey of all these different characters, from the Wranglers to the Buckle Bunnies to the Foreman to the Cow Boss. And it's a big cast of it's a group of a bunch of main characters with a bunch of storylines going on and a bunch of different conflicts of their own. So it's really funny. It's a very engaging show.
That's great. That's great. Okay, let's take a look at the trailer.
He's not talking, sir.
Not talking, you say? Who do you work for?
Kid? Are you kidding me?
Hey, wait! Hey! Where are you going, you stupid horse?
Oh, that looks great. And so you have more content, you said, on your YouTube page and at your website?
Yes, we do. We've got a couple short clips you can watch, a couple trailers, and just stuff to kind of give you an idea of what the show's like.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Now, you also have had to deal with the pandemic during all this crazy time. It has wreaked havoc on a lot of film and television sets, obviously. How have you adapted, and what's your new schedule been?
So the pandemic, I mean, it's been hard on everybody. It's been really hard on us, but it's been like that for everybody all over the world. So my strategy for it was just don't quit, Patrick. Just keep going. So that's what we did. We had to take a little bit of a break, but now we're getting back into filming and getting back on set, thankfully. And we just have certain safety protocols that we follow, whether we do temperature checks in the morning and masks, and have a medic there, and just everything we can to make it a safe environment. A lot of smaller shoots, not some of the big scenes right now, just starting slow, moving back into it. And the pandemic has not made anything easy on anyone, especially in the film world.
That is so true. Right. Now, you also have Patrick Ball Media, which you do other video production as well. Tell us just briefly about that.
So my company, Patrick Ball Media, it's kind of the Horse Camp falls under that category because we do everything from television shows to representing musicians like Danny Romero, and we do commercial work, whether it's promo videos or commercials for companies. So anything in the media spectrum, anything in the video audio world, we cover. And my big plan is really to do a lot more TV and film. So I run my company kind of just like a typical video production company, but we're moving into the TV spectrum.
Good. So what is your schedule now for Horse Camp, and where are you hoping that it will land?
So we had obviously a huge wrench thrown in our plan with the pandemic, but we plan to get done and have it released by January 1st of 2021. During the pandemic, I was able to get a lot of the editing done. We didn't have all the filming done, so now we go back, we finish the filming, we complete all the editing and all the audio and all the music, And I think we're going to probably put it up on Amazon Prime. That's where most of my content is. So you can rent the whole season there. It's a season 1 should be out within the next couple of months, and it's 7 episodes, and you can go there and watch it.
That sounds fantastic. Well, keep us posted, and we will make sure that everybody knows when it does hit for sure. If you can find out more about Patrick Ball Media and his projects at patrickballmedia.com, and you can see trailers of his projects there as well. Do check out his IMDb page, and Patrick's contact information is also in the show notes down below. Thank you so much for being with us today, Patrick. Best of luck on your project.
Thanks for having me, Laurie.
Absolutely. Very glad we could. Suspense writer Karen Randau is up next. Don't go away. AZ Creates is sponsored by Sibley's West, the Chandler and Arizona gift shop in historic downtown Chandler. A strong supporter of Arizona creatives, Sibley's West features work from more than 200 artists specializing in Arizona items and souvenirs, including art, pottery, food, jewelry, and much more. Now open at 72 South San Marcos Place in Chandler, online shopping is also available with convenient and safe curbside pickup. Visit www.sibleyswest.com for details. Welcome back to AZ Creates. Since Halloween is not too far away, in our What Are You Reading segment, we wanted to introduce you to mystery and suspense writer Karen Randau of Payson. Welcome, Karen. Thank you so much for being on our show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You have 4 books in your Rim Country Mystery series, and they all begin with the word deadly. And they're described as intrigue, twists, and action with a dash of romance. You've also written 2 novellas, which are shorter novels, with a group of other writers. And your latest book is Mystery Bones Murders. But Karen, what originally drew you to mystery and suspense writing?
I love to read mystery and suspense books. So when I was talking to a coworker, she suggested that maybe I had a novel in me that was screaming to get out. And so it was natural for me to gravitate toward mysteries and thrillers and suspense writing because that's what I read. So I enjoy the puzzle of it. I enjoy the action and the intrigue, and I enjoy creating those puzzles and then spreading them out throughout the manuscript as clues and red herrings. And I enjoy creating strong characters, female characters who are relatable, like you and me.
Indeed, that's true. And we'll talk about that character in a minute, but Rim Country Mysteries is also set in the fictional town of Rim Vista, Arizona. Similar to the town of Payson, perhaps, where you live. Talk about why you chose that setting.
I live in a small town above Phoenix in the mountains, and I like living here, and I like reading books where they take place in small towns. So I used Payson as a springboard and created my own fictional town that's similar in many ways, but also not similar in many other ways, and has a whole lot more quirky characters than there are in real life Payson.
That's fun. And so you have a degree in journalism and public relations, and you worked in high-tech, entertainment, healthcare, and nonprofit industries. In addition to writing, right now, you are homeschooling your grandson during this crazy pandemic. How has COVID affected your family and your writing?
It's had a major impact. You know, my son and grandson live with us, and the schools closed down in February, and I was writing when my grandson was at school, and now he does school at home, and I'm the one with the most patience at home. So I'm homeschooling him. My son is an essential worker, so there's this element of worry, you know, for an essential worker. And then the news is just so bad. I don't want to write about death and destruction, which suspense, thriller, and mystery books tend to have some of that in there. So I've focused more on promotion than writing for now.
I'm with you on that one. As a mystery writer myself, during COVID, I couldn't either write about crime and domestic violence and that type of thing. So Your latest book, however, does have that strong female character that you talked about earlier. Mystery Bones Murders is described as a young widow who fights to save herself from a serial killer who buries his victims on her land and is now watching her. We'd love it if you would please read a segment from Mystery Bones Murders.
Well, the night before this particular scene happens, Frankie finds a bone on her property, and she's so excited because she thinks it could be from a Native American village. And so she takes it to a friend who's a forensic anthropologist, and he tells her it's now no more than 20 years old, and that's the time frame in which her mother disappeared. And so she's been waiting for him at her house. They have gone to the site, and he's talking to her now. Harbin peered into the distance for a second. With a quaking breath, he pulled Frankie into an embrace. "I'm so sorry," he said. She wanted to resist him, but she realized he needed comforting as much as she had earlier. Instead, she draped an arm around his neck and gave a quick squeeze before shrugging away to ask what he found. "You've identified the bones already?" He held her at arm's length, studied her eyes, and acted like his world had fallen apart. There were 3 sets of remains out there. Now Frankie's body caved in. Harbin raked his fingers through his hair. "One is probably the right age to be your mom, but we'll confirm that. The others were younger. A nick on each of their clavicles leads me to think they all had their throats slit."
Oh, and what a great place to leave us with people wanting more and hopefully to go read your book, Karen. You can find out more about Karen Randau on her website at Karen Randau, and that's RANDAU.com. And her contact information is in the show notes below. Thanks again for being with us today, Karen.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Our featured nonprofit and upcoming events are next. Writers in Arizona interested in crime, thriller, and suspense novels can check out the new Sisters in Crime chapter, Grand Canyon Writers. The Grand Canyon chapter welcomes published and aspiring authors of all genres and levels of experience with special memberships for fans, students, and readers. The chapter launches October 29th with a virtual fireside chat with the International Sisters in Crime President, Laurie Fagen. Monthly meetings begin in January 2021. More about Sisters in Crime Grand Canyon Writers can be found at grandcanyonwriters.com. In our Something to Look Forward to upcoming events segment, co-host Cathy Beard tells us about theater, music, and art happenings. Here's Cathy with the information.
Thanks, Laurie. Creative businesses are opening up to the public as the cooler days of fall are coming to Arizona, and that means more in-person and online events, classes, and workshops to tell you about. The annual Valley Youth Theater's Vital Affair-a-thon went digital this year, but managed to break all fundraising records. This year's new virtual telethon featured performances by 116 cast members from the past 32 years, with 6 local celebrity hosts, and was streamed live on the internet. The event raised more than $238,000, thanks in part by a $32,000 donation in honor of the theater's 32 seasons by actor Emma Stone, a Valley Youth Theater alum. Stone did a live interview and surprised producing artistic director Bob Cooper with the gift. Cooper says this will allow the nonprofit theater to continue to offer opportunities for young performers. The telethon can be seen in its entirety, and donations are still being accepted at vyt.com. The Scottsdale Center for the Performing Arts is open once again with safety protocols in place and a fall lineup with the theme Reconnect and Recover. Productions include flamenco dance, Sunday, October 18 at 2 p.m. The film Sustainable Nation, Wednesday, October 28 at 6:30 p.m. Broadway Fright Night, Friday, October 30 at 6 p.m. and a tribute to Doris Day by veteran Valley singer Jan Sandwich, entitled With a Song in My Heart, Sunday, November 15 at 7:30 p.m. Other musical performances include jazz great Charles Lewis Quartet featuring Alice Tatum, Sunday, November 29 at 2 p.m. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, Wednesday, December 2nd at 7:30 p.m. And the stage show Assisted Living, the musical, The Home, for the holidays, December 3rd through 6th at 2 p.m. The Scottsdale Center will be closed on Mondays, and hours for the box office, gift shop, and other amenities vary. Check the website for dates and ticket prices at scottsdaleperformingarts.org. The next Label Horde fashion show will be going digital, with video shoots taking place over 2 weekends in October and November. Showrunners are looking for clothing designers, models, hairstylists, and makeup artists to apply and portray real-life scenarios at their video shoot on October 17 and 18 and November 14 and 15 in Tempe. The finished digital video production is expected to air in December of this year or January 2021. Participant information is available online at labelhorde.com/labelhorde fashion show participation. Just in time for Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos at the end of October. The Tucson Botanical Gardens will host La Calavera Katrina through November 29. Experience the history and iconography through colorful, large-scale skeleton sculptures by Los Angeles-based artist Ricardo Soltiero, who has created 8 to 9 foot tall figures that represent 9 of the most recognizable figures from Mexican culture. Additional details are on the web at TucsonBotanical.org. A free outdoor white tent show produced by Art Attack AZ Promotions will be held in Tucson's Tonka Verde Center, October 9th through the 11th, and again in Ahwatukee in Phoenix, October 24th and 25th. Local artists display their handmade specialty art, including jewelry, photography, metal art, signs, yard art, and more. Organizers are asking attendees to mask up to prevent the spread of COVID-19. To find out more information and more shows, check out artattackaz.com. The Art Store in Prescott, an independent art supply store, has a variety of classes being offered, including in oil, water-soluble oils and acrylic painting, colored pencil and pen and ink drawing, and sculpture open sessions. The Art Store carries a wide variety of art supplies for all skill levels and ages of artists, for painting, printmaking, drawing, sculpting, ceramics, collage, and more. An online store is available as well at PrescottArtStore.com. Watercolor, glass, drawing, and painting classes are on tap in October through the Sonoran Arts League in their workshop space at Stagecoach Village in Cave Creek. The nonprofit arts organization also offers classes for veterans and youth and is developing online classes as well. Schedules are available at sonoranartsleague.org. Virtual and in-person art classes are being offered this fall at the Shemer Art Center in Phoenix. On-site classes will be held with no more than 6 people, and all will be socially distanced with masks required. Classes include glass enamel painting, wine and watercolor, photographic processes, whimsical ceramic plants, acrylic pouring, wire sculptures, Zentangle, and more. Classes and registration information is available at SchemerArtCenter.org. We highly recommend that you contact these events through their websites to check on any last-minute details, social distancing requirements, or possible date changes before you attend. If you are interested in AZ Creates giving you a shout-out about your event, send us your information in an email to azcreates.artonlineaz@gmail.com. And that's something to look forward to.
Great information, Cathy. Thank you. AZ Creates is sponsored by the Santan Sun News, a twice-monthly community publication with a circulation of more than 35,000 serving the residents of southern Chandler. Owned and operated by the Times Media Group, the Santan Sun News includes relentlessly local coverage of community, business, arts, youth, and much more news and information. Read it online at www.santansun.com. On the next AZ Creates, we'll talk to video editor Misty Wilson. And just in time for Halloween, we'll have a reading from author Sandy Wright's paranormal story, Song of the Ancients. We close AZ Creates today with a creative thought, as we also thank you for joining us today. American novelist Arthur Phillips said, "Fiction is able to do one thing better than any other art form. It is able to convey a convincing sense of what is going on in someone else's head. To me, that is the great mystery of life. What is everyone else thinking?" We hope you are thinking about connecting with some of the great artists that we had on the show for you today. If you have any comments or questions, we do hope you will post them in the section below. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please do. And if you click the bell, it will notify you when the next episode is ready to launch. Also, we'd love it if you would share this with your friends. Whether you're an artist or an arts patron, and whether you're still sheltering in place or starting to venture out, please be safe, stay healthy, and make it a creative day. See you next time.